Welcome to Fast Track Gains. I'm here to help you accelerate your gains. This is the 12th episode of my 4th series, 10 Fitness Commandments, and the 10th commandment is called 10 Accessories. Again, as there's too much information to be contained in one episode, this commandment will be split into 2 episodes, and this episode will be part 1. Part 2 will be the upgrade of this commandment. Now, I borrowed this technical term accessory from the sport powerlifting. In powerlifting context, accessories are the other exercises that you use to feed into the big 3 competition lifts. In my own 10 fitness commandments context, 10 accessories are the exercises that you use in conjunction with the main compound lifts in my 4 pillars. Each accessory exercise serves a distinct purpose, and in the original version, all 10 accessories can be done in a cable pulley power rack home gym environment. No fancy machines are required. Combine the 10 accessories with the 4 pillars. You are going to achieve a much more balanced and well-rounded muscular physique. But before I talk about the 10 accessories, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Takes less than a second, costs you nothing, and will help me a great deal in delivering the most efficient muscle building knowledge to the whole world. Really appreciate your support. Now, back to my video. What other 10 exercises are worthy of my recommendations? Without a doubt, this exercise ranks number 1 out of 10 accessories. Call me a Jeff Cavalier fanboy and I'm happy to wear the hat. I stand by this exercise as firmly as him because he's 100% right. I used to not fully appreciate the true value of this exercise until I demonstrated this exercise to my senior clients and found they all had extreme difficulty performing this movement. Then suddenly the epiphany moment to me. The importance of this exercise cannot be underestimated. On top of our anterior dominant daily activities that result in a chronically weakened back, we also have internal rotation dominant activities that further round our shoulders. We drive with internally rotated shoulders. We type with internally rotated shoulders. We eat with internally rotated shoulders. None of our daily activities externally rotated our shoulders. Even for my most beloved number 1 recommended compound exercise, the pull-up, I still have to particularly point out that it does put your shoulder into internal rotation and why you have to change the grip every now and then. And as I've mentioned in my previous episode, training like Arnold is killing your gains. Close your eyes and imagine the most quintessential confident physique, the Superman. Does he have internally rotated shoulders? No, the shoulders must be pulled down and back to reflect his confidence. And what is the best exercise to achieve that? Yep, you guess it, the face pull. The bicep is the fleshiest muscle of the whole body. How can you possibly look jacked without a pair of peaking biceps, right? So, should we all default to the classic barbell bicep curl for the gun show? Not so fast. While there's no doubt that barbell bicep curl definitely has its place in arm training, it is actually leaving other 2 and perhaps more important muscles behind, namely the brachialis and the brachioradialis. Have you ever wondered why your hands are always neutral when you swing a hammer or carrying a heavy box, rather than supinated as you are doing a barbell curl? Time to reveal the truth. Although the bicep is the biggest elbow flexor, it is not the strongest. The strongest is the brachialis, which is in its most advantageous position when the hands are neutral. So if you want to lift heavy, the brachialis is more important than the bicep. If you don't want to lift heavy, well-developed brachialis will still push your biceps up and make them look bigger. And what about the brachioradialis? Well, unless you wear a tank top or roll your sleeves and flex your arms all the time, your biceps are not that eye-catchy. However, as the brachioradialis sits on your forearm, they can be exposed anytime, anywhere. And that is what you call the true show muscle in real life. And a prime example of that, 7 times Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath himself. So, if there's only one bicep exercise that I would choose, it will be the dumbbell hammer curl. It's functional. It hits 3 birds in one stone: your bicep, your brachialis, and your brachioradialis. And it is a great elbow primer. Try this exercise and you won't regret it. Briefly mentioned in the 5th commandment, 5 vulnerables before, maintaining shoulder stability under load is critically important for any big lifts, whether it is bench press, deadlift, or squat. The moment you lose your shoulder stability, you significantly increase your risk of injury. And the cable straight arm pull down is the exercise you want to do to increase your shoulder stability under load. But apart from that, this exercise is unique and versatile in many other ways. Number 1, it is arguably the best lat activation exercise. For anyone that has difficulty feeling their lats in training, using straight arm pull down will instantly guarantee that they will feel their lats burning as hell by the stretch. Number 2, it is the only back exercise that you can do without exhausting your biceps. Unlike any pull downs or rolls that will heavily tax your biceps, straight arm pull down will spare your biceps and ensure your back training will not be limited by your arms. Number 3, it targets the lats and the long head of triceps together and simultaneously hits your anterior serratus. If you do it with dumbbell version, it will also open up your rib cage and even engage your chest to some degree. There's no other upper body exercise that can include so many elements in one movement. So, just like the pull-ups, the straight arm pull down might be another leafy greens in your resistance training program. Very low key, but very important. If the cable straight arm pull down is the best lat activation exercise, then this exercise is the best exercise to activate and target the lower part of your lats. The lower lats are arguably the most difficult part to target out of the entire body. Being good at doing pull-ups won't guarantee that you can have the lower sweep of your lats. And trust me, I have tried numerous other exercises to activate my lower lats. Traditional dumbbell row, traditional barbell row, and high cable one arm row. Nothing worked out until I tried the landmine single arm T-bar row, and suddenly another epiphany moment for me. This unique exercise was again invented by the great John Meadows. This man's insight into biomechanics was really second to none, distinguished from the more famous Meadows row, which is another form of single-arm barbell row that targets your upper back more. The single-arm T-bar row is tailor-made to target your lower lats. As the lats are attached to your hips and involved in rotation, the key to activating the lower part of your lats is to rotate your torso, which can only be done with single arm, plus pulling with the elbow, which is enforced by the T-bar setup. Trust me, this is one of the most ingenious exercises there is. And if you want to build your lower lats, this is the best exercise bar none. You should see by now that I'm a huge proponent of back training because I truly believe that a strong back is essential for everyone, and there's no such a thing as minimalist approach to your back training. And cable rows is a must in any program for so many reasons. Number one, it is an easy to learn exercise. Out of all the rowing variations, the cable rows is probably the most natural rowing motion and thus the easiest to learn. Just sit down and start to row. No muss, no fuss. Number two, it allows you to fully retract your scapula during concentric and safely protract your scapula during eccentric, providing the extra stretch that traditional barbell rows don't have. Number three, it provides constant tension, which is a key for all muscle growth, but particularly for your back muscles. Number four, it fully develops your upper back, the traps, the rhomboids, and the rear delts, which are the muscles that make you look really huge and provide tons of transferable benefits to the big three: bench press, squat, and deadlift. Like the old saying, if you want to grow, you have to row, and you can never go wrong with the cable rows. The importance of triceps has always been somewhat underrated. They're not as showy as the biceps, yet they are more than twice the size of your biceps. They're not emphasized as your chest in most of the training programs, yet they should be the primary mover instead of your pecs in bench press. They're not as eye-catchy as your delts, yet they're crucial for maintaining your shoulder health. As the only muscle to extend your elbow, whatever goals you want to achieve through your training, whether it is bigger guns, bigger bench press, or healthier shoulders, you have to pay attention to your tricep training. And while dips, close grip bench, skull crushers are all great compound exercises for developing triceps, they can easily cause shoulder pain or tendinitis and dissuade you from tricep training. It's time to use the cable pulley again. Not only the cable is much more friendly to your elbows, but also through different handles you can train your triceps at normal contracting position, fully contracted position, fully stretched position by rope pushdown, dual rope pushdown, and overhead extension. And compared to all the compound pressing exercises, cable tricep exercises cause much less fatigue and thus enables you to train your triceps in a much higher volume. That's why I call them the best all-rounder tricep builder. And trust me, once you have built huge triceps, you will not be so obsessed with the idea of big biceps. Yes, the side delt is such a small muscle out of the whole body. Just about any other muscle you want to train will significantly outsize your side delt. However, just like the importance of location is to the value of real estate, the location of the side delt makes this incredibly small muscle incredibly valuable in your overall physique. And it really cannot be stimulated effectively by any other exercises other than the good old-fashioned side lateral raises. And while you can do the side lateral raises with dumbbells, the cables might be a better choice as they provide constant tension and the critical stretch that the dumbbell version is missing. So, unfortunately, although the side lateral raises might be the most trivial accessory out of 10 accessories, it is also the most inevitable because of the location of the muscle. And location is everything. There, no more explanation is required. Your abdominal muscles are simultaneously the most eye-catching muscle of the whole body and the most hated muscle by all the other muscles of the whole body. To outsiders, They're the trademark of bodybuilding because every bodybuilder on stage needs to have clearly defined abs. To hardcore bodybuilders, they must be sacrificed in order to grow all the other muscles. Regardless of this dichotomous love and hate feeling, there is no denying that deep down in everyone's heart, we all want the sexy six packs. So, what is the best exercise to train the sexiest muscle of your whole body? Definitely not the old school sit ups. That's just too easy an exercise for most people, and it does not provide any stretch effect. As the ab muscles are attached to your hips and pelvis, to fully stretch your abs, you need to arch your upper body, and the hanging leg raises are the best exercise to achieve that. The weight of your legs will provide a good stretch to your abs during the descent, particularly the lower two packs. The heavier your legs, the better the stretch will be. So, don't skip your leg day and use your legs to create some popping abs. We probably shouldn't call this exercise an accessory. The Romanian deadlift is worthy enough to be one of the major compound lifts in a lot of training programs. A strong posterior chain is the ultimate signature of real strength and will prevent you from many potential injuries. And while the traditional deadlift and trap bar deadlift are great exercises to build up your posterior chain, the risk to reward ratio and the fatigue accumulation are just too high once you are seasoned enough in the weight training game. For anyone that has reached the generic ceiling height, I would not recommend using these two lifts as the main exercise in their training program. In comparison, the Romanian deadlift with a sub-maximal load and a more constant tension resistance profile, in the absence of machine setups, is probably the best hip hinge variation out there. Not only will it help you build the spinal erectors, glutes and hamstrings, but it will also help you build the traps and lats through isometric contraction. If pull-ups are the best exercise to build the overall width of your body, then the Romanian deadlift is the best exercise to build the overall thickness of your whole body. The last accessory has to go with a band. So please, a round of applause for the farmer's walk. Traditionally known as part of the strongman sport, the farmer's walk is a strength training exercise where you pick up a heavy weight in each hand and walk a set distance or time. It is perhaps the most applicable exercise for daily activities: carrying grocery bags, carrying suitcases, carrying buckets. There's no exercise that is even more down to earth than the humble farmer's carry. However, humble as it may be, the farmer's walk is a powerhouse exercise. It engages nearly every muscle group of your body, including your quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves, erectors, upper back, traps, lats, abs, biceps, triceps, forearms, and hand muscles. In fact, you can see why I'm so fond of the trap bar deadlift instead of traditional barbell deadlift, because farmer's walk is in essence a shortened range of motion of trap bar deadlift. So if there's only one exercise that represents what accessory truly means, then the humble farmer's walk is the best definition of that. Alright, that is part 1 of the 10 accessories. In part 2, I will present the upgrade of this commandment. Can the 10 accessories still hold up their value if you are an advanced and training in a commercial gym with lots of machines? Please stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in part 2. Peace out.